What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another edition Holy Try Football Podcast, Week 7 preview. It's me, AY, coming to you from the beautiful state capital, Blue State, the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, to my west. D-Bird, what's up?
Welcome to all our new listeners and viewers. I'm sure the plug I gave at my brother's wedding this weekend, we're seeing an explosion over the next couple of weeks.
It's the uptick.
That's right. Other than that, I'm fine. Stupid ads wouldn't play right in the middle of my opening for the. It always seems to be the college football scoreboard where they'll autoplay the ads after you've been on the page for 5 minutes. Makes no sense.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I'm good.
Good. And Cam, to my east. Go on.
Enjoying some more last remnants of summer. I say it every week, but it's been warm. It's been nice. 70-degree days, but it should be some chilliness should be in the air come this weekend. Actually, should still be around 70 degrees. So rain, though, in the forecast for tomorrow. We don't know what we'll do for Game 2 here in the New York metropolitan area for the Mets game, right? Is it? No, they're not. They're not in anymore.
Oh, man.
The Yankees.
Get on the joke.
Do we even know any Mets fans?
I know of at least one. He was up at Penn State for the last game. Friend of a friend.
I don't think I know any Mets fans.
I only know 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at these news and notes. The Dolphins are going to start Skylar Thompson. Are you kidding me? If you
He
told
played
me,
last week.
yeah, but if you told me last year that Skylar Thompson would start an NFL game, if somebody told you that, what would you think?
Be stunned, and then they said if they followed up with, well, Tua and Teddy Bridgewater or quarterback 1 and 2 got hurt, and he's been on the team since training camp, then I'm like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah. In a pinch, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you got these guys coming in. You got your Bailey Zappi, your Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Some of these guys just find their way on a team and they can make the right way.
Your Kenny Pickett's.
Exactly.
Kidding.
Yeah. Did you see the line for that game, Cam?
I did not.
I didn't either because it was Miami +3. And the news came out this afternoon. At the same time, I got the email saying our Super Contest picks line. The lines were out. So I'm hoping to get 3 free points either way here.
Exactly.
We'll see. We'll see if there's a bit of a discrepancy. I haven't checked yet.
We are now on Nets and Bucks because it's halftime in the Marshall game.
All right, that's fine.
I would finish the Linsanity doc on mute. We're watching NBA preseason.
So this is week 7. I did add one piece of news and notes here. The Tennessee game day thing. Some Tennessee Twitter account from them, not the rapper guy. Some Tennessee verified account tweeted out something about game day. Something about game day not coming. Or
No, they deleted a tweet.
Yeah, something that caused fans to think game day wasn't coming.
Right. Well, they announced
Twitter almost burned down.
They're so dramatic. Bev, get a hold of yourself.
Like you guys, I'm almost. If you weren't playing Alabama this weekend, I would root against you. But
I root against them all the time. I'm still rooting against them.
Ken really does not like Tennessee.
I don't. I've got Bama -9.5 on a bad line from last week, so I'm really rooting against them.
I just don't. I'm just so sick of them.
I've had enough of them. I do not like them. Yes, the tweet got deleted. I'm assuming it was some type of rights deal, maybe, or something.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, they were playing some music or
They're so dramatic. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it pissed.
It's like when Pitt tried to cut them out of their tickets.
So yeah, Bev and all you knuckleheads.
Yeah, don't need it. It's baseball. Don't worry, it's almost baseball season. You can get upset by AY and his Irish again.
Yeah, it was like the Michael Jordan thing where he just makes up things to get mad about.
Yeah, 2 baseball cracks in 1 pod. You didn't think that was coming?
Look at that, yeah.
Okay.
No, in the first 5 minutes. Wow.
Can you could also
It is.
share
It
make it
is.
3.
It is October.
The
This
10
is
seconds you watched of baseball last night, what happened?
That's true. They scored the tying home run. They didn't look back from there, did they?
Bader bomb.
Bader bomb. Yeah. Emmett Smith, number 22 with the
Also
home
Emmitt
run.
Smith, yeah.
Good to
Yes.
see he recovered from his plantar fasciitis. That had him out.
Plantar fasciitis. Yeah.
No, he was out. He probably missed almost 2/3 of the season.
That's not Brett Gardner, is it?
No.
They could not be more different in their hairline. No. So that's there's news this week. You got any more news, Ken?
Jefferson and Levis look to be in the lineup for this weekend, right?
Yes.
2 SEC quarterbacks that were missing last weekend. Much
Two that we
to
don't
both
know
of
are
their
in the
teams
lineup.
agree.
Jalen Daniels and Bryce Young. Not sure about.
Not sure.
Also, Leary.
Oh yeah, Leary, not sure.
That's
Unsure.
right, yeah. Syracuse giving 3.5, assuming
Right.
that means Leary is unlikely to play or people don't think he's going to play.
I think Houston's paper tiger. I don't think it'll matter.
That's not very bold.
It is not very bold.
It's not. So there's your injury news. And the Leary was listed as he could be out. He could be out this week or 6.
Anywhere from 1 to 6 weeks,
So
or I guess 0 to 6 weeks.
that is
0 to 60.
that reminds me of the old. Now the NHL's back. The old NHL injury report is
Lower.
how they get away
lower-
with this. Incredible. I don't know if you're familiar, but there's 2 designations for NHL injuries. So 2 and then 2. It's either upper or lower body, and then you're either day to day or week to week. That's it.
That's good.
That's all they have to do.
Day to day, week to week.
That's
Technically, a week, a day to day could be within a week to week, right? It could be this week or next week.
That's why. That's
Why don't you just always go week to week?
That's what's even more the joke. It's
Yeah.
you just got to pick a half of the body and go with it.
This is good NBA.
Silly.
NBA preseason basketball. Giannis just jacking up threes. I like it. I did watch the Redeem Team documentary today as well. So NBA in the air. Linsanity documentary out. NBA's almost back. Can't wait. Andy Katz proclaiming his sleeper in the Big Ten.
Penn State.
Your Pennsylvania State Nittany Lions.
Wow.
Or not mine. Maybe not yours either. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, you're not a fan. Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
we don't need to do any Pitt basketball discussion.
Oh yeah, you do have a news and note for that end.
Watch out for
That's
the Horn
okay.
Fox.
watch out.
I guess on that note for the Tennessee fans, if you didn't see that was my favorite news and note from the week. McCullough, their starting safety, suspended for 1 game for his felony charge of not domestic assault, but aggravated assault, stemming from a domestic incident, from what I understand. The 1 game suspension will not be this week against Alabama. It will be next week against UT Martin. So rest assured he will be punished. Just not this week.
Means more. Just means more.
Yeah. All right. Ready to go on this week?
I'm ready.
I'm
All
ready.
right, before we go into this week, do we want to talk about this past week at all? What are the big ones? TCU taking down Kansas. Jaden Daniels out for that's a big note. Jaden
I was
Daniels.
gonna just save that for this next game, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. With they with Bean in there, he goes out. Bean comes in and has a nice game. They keep it close. It's a great game. Leipold is for real. We'll see where he goes. If he goes anywhere at all, hopefully he'll stay at Kansas. I'd like that. The other team in this upcoming preview, Oklahoma. Where are you on Venables, AY? Are you panicking as hard as some Oklahoma fans are for their sakes, or what do you think he's? Can he climb out of this hole that he's in now?
I think he can, but he doesn't have the Clemson personnel he's used to having.
But it's not like he doesn't have any
But,
personnel.
I
Oklahoma's
agree.
recruited well.
I agree. I wouldn't panic. I would say it's certainly not great. I would expect to see some improvements by the end of the year. Next year, we'd like to see some. But you got to give him at least that 2.5 a year mark.
Yeah.
I mean 49-0 in Red River is awful. It's
The
impossible.
worst shutout loss
That's
against
gotta
your
be gross to
biggest
stomach,
rival.
but he's figuring it out.
Davis Bevel, Dan, you did not help them at all. You did not help them at all.
That went exactly the way it went whenever I said Pitt's other transfer quarterback against Vandy would win. They lost, 63-10? No, yeah, I think I saw 5 quarterbacks through passes.
Yep.
Not, I mean, I shouldn't say quarterbacks, 5 players through passes for Oklahoma. Yeah, It's not what you want.
It's not good. Did you guys see any of the or did you catch the highlights? Because I assume we were all in the same place that you did not see much of the game at night, Alabama against Texas A&M Jumbo.
Saw the ending live, that is, but yeah, saw the highlights. It's weird these performances these teams are having.
I didn't know that ending happened until like Sunday at like 10:30 at night.
It was quite the play call. One for them to even be in that position. Alabama had like 4 turnovers or something like that. Obviously, it was Milroe in there. It was not particularly good throwing the ball, and he fumbled the ball a lot.
Yeah. Turnovers. There's a lot of short fields for A&M that really help them out here.
Yeah. But that's what you need to do to upset the number 1 team in the country. They are no longer the number 1 team in the country. That goes back to Georgia now. They've fallen to number 3 for their matchup against number 6 Tennessee this week. Tennessee, speaking of which, goes in and puts an absolute ass whipping on AY's favorite coach, BK.
That's the quintessential flash ride.
They did. They fumbled the opening kickoff. Touchdown right after that. I think it was an interception right after that. Cashed in for field goal. It was pretty much done by halftime.
You're just reconnecting.
You're reconnecting. Your face is frozen. It's true. I think he's getting on the hot spot.
Yep, hands up.
We'll see him here in a little bit. Any other notes from this past weekend? I know we were – Bandicanda. Congrats to Dan.
A lot of tutties.
A lot of tutties, a lot of yardage. Congrats on his breaking of Tony Dorsett's record. AY in town to witness history.
Watching that. We're watching that at Standard Market House. Something along those lines.
Standard Market in house or something like that.
Yeah, I'd never even been to that place unless it was called something else and I was there.
The other one, I believe, was the name changed as well. Or Joe was saying something. I forget.
Yeah, there was 10 Penny, and then now it is something else.
Yep.
On there.
Other news and notes. Miami is continuing to lose. Michigan State continuing to lose as well.
How about Illinois?
Illinois winning. Farron's continuing not to score.
Sans DeVito.
Sans DeVito. Artura coming in for 72 yards, I think, or 74. I forget. Not rushing, passing the ball. Oh, probably the most impressive win. Chips Bruins.
Chip.
I thought you were going to say that Chippewas because I think they're 1-5.
No, the Western Michigan, the Mustangs, they took an ass whooping from Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan looking like the most formidable Michigan, especially after this weekend, I bet.
Oh.
On tonight. Let's
Yeah,
go back.
Chip.
Let's go back 3 here quick because I want to acknowledge Ferentz, the younger
Oh.
Ferentz, setting a good example for his kids.
He's not a quitter. He's gonna setting a good example for his kids. Just make your dad pull the trigger and put you out to pasture. Don't quit.
Stay strong, kids.
Stay strong. You dig in and you fight. My favorite one from that press conference was when asked if what was the quote? Let me see here. I don't want to butcher it. It's a good one. Let's see here. Oh, where is it?
So we're talking about the Iowa press conference involving Ferentz, the strength coach.
True. Ferentz, being the younger Ferentz, deferred to the head coach when asked if his job evaluation has been influenced because he is Kirk Ferentz's son. We'll leave it up to Kirk to make that pass the buck, which is good. On the note, one news and note I forgot to mention. There is a well-known message board poster on the Buckeye boards. His name is Nevada Buck. He's actually got a brother that is on the Penn State boards named Nevada Lion as well. But Nevada Buck is a former Ohio State player and known insider, has some connections. But it is coming out today. Former Ohio State player message board poster exposed Buckeye formation, schemes, and personnel changes per report. An internal fight between co-founders of Buckeye fan site led to an explosive revelation. So Nevada Buck has, it's been confirmed by sources inside the university that he has been exposing sensitive and proprietary scheme and personnel information.
Wait, so he's the turncoat.
He is.
I saw somebody posted something about Bucky Leaks.
Yes. It's basically WikiLeaks again, but from a message board poster.
And that guy is he's the post. Wow, I saw his photo today. I was like,
Yep.
Yeah, they said ex-player. Yeah.
Yeah, he's and I knew he'd been in the news for this fight with the message board owners. He quit the site. I think he was a moderator. He was not a moderator, not just a moderator, but I think he was a contributor. And he was suing, or they were suing him. I forget what it was. That was last year. I remember seeing it. Now, more of this coming out, I think, as part of this lawsuit here. So this is college football. This is why we love it. This is good.
I need to cover my eyes.
Okay. Anything else we wanted to cover on here? No? Last week was good. This week will be better. I cannot wait.
Now that it happened, did we like the Irish jerseys?
Yes, I do like them. I've liked them since they were released. The one part I do not like is the backpack straps that they had. A little much.
I hear you.
The colors, along with the font, everything else, I liked.
Agreed. Generally, I always prefer the road whites with the gold, and that these I thought were very clean. A little much on the graphic and the curve, but yeah, overall, awesome.
Pretty good.
I like the BYU's blacks too.
BYU's blacks were not bad. Catholics versus Mormons. Do you want to touch on that now or later?
I guess later, but yeah, Notre Dame got up and held on. But I don't even. Yeah, they held on.
BYU was providing updates from the D floor,
Yeah,
on the D floor and from the D floor.
on and from the D floor.
He was pretty smug. It was good.
Irish are back.
Irish are back, baby.
Oh, one last
Quietly
Dallas.
playing good football.
One last
thinking
thing.
Dallas.
JFU was ranked.
A nice convincing win here, and dare I say number 25 on Sunday?
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, for sure. AY saying for sure. Okay. Back to where we started with the recap. Kansas, Oklahoma. Two big games in the Big 12 this past noon, yielding both of these as the losers coming out of those games. Oklahoma 9-point favorites now. They were 7. Jalen Daniels, who it is worth noting, he tweeted after all those reports came out yesterday that he's out for the season. He said that's news to me.
Yeah,
But I think it's safe to say he is out for this game. So 9 points here. Oklahoma, obviously, defense not good. Offense not good either. Scoring 0 points against Texas. I'm sorry, before we go into that, are you believers in Texas here with yours?
more than I have been. Yeah,
It's pretty good.
I would say
I abstain. I can't.
Not
if
yet.
I had to, if you told me to rank the 12 best teams, I would maybe think they're number 12. Yeah.
I mean, if yours didn't go out, there's a good argument to be made they beat Bama, right?
If they lined up tomorrow and played Ole Miss, I don't know. Better.
Big 12, most interesting conference in the country. I think. I don't think it's debatable. Everybody, week in, week out, can beat each other. It's very interesting. But this one, like I said, losers coming out of their big games at noon. Bean looked gamey. He looked pretty good. He's been a starter for them before. I have confidence in Leipold continuing to coach well, and I've got this 9 is way too much. I think if they lose by 3 or 7. 9 is way too much. I'm going Kansas here.
I think this is where my bus stop is. I get off the Kansas train.
Oh,
I was gonna ride it as long as I could. I was all in. I was for it. Last week was awesome. As much of a slog the first half was. That third quarter fireworks. TCU formidable. Kansas fought on, but no, I'm done here. Oklahoma bounced back a little bit. I'm not saying blowout city, but I mean, OU covers, they win, and at the end of the day, we got the angle in our favor here.
Yeah, I'm not picking against it in either spot. As we lead off this slate, I want to make sure there wasn't another one there that I might try and cherry pick where to go against the angle. But yep, nope. 31-20, no, maybe 42-31, Oklahoma.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know they were shut out last week. I get that, but
It is a pride
27 in
spot.
that
It is a pride spot for Venables. If he loses to Kansas here for 4 straight losses, he may be fired.
That would be amazing. I don't think that's happening.
I don't either. But if that if that happens, then
It comes to pass. Woo.
we'll send this one back.
Impatience.
The crosshairs are being polished off here for clear line of sight.
Recalibrating the sights.
Yep.
We'll have to check in with Oklahoma Lion.
We went a week without a firing. That was 5 straight weeks. I think we had a firing.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got Matt Rule. He's basically a college.
We got Matt Roll. Okay, we got an NFL one, which is basically college, right?
Yeah.
Because he'll be back. He's a college coach.
He's gonna parachute in.
I don't think, if I had to guess, I don't think he would take any of the jobs for this year, and he'll wait. I think
I heard that.
And he got the $20 million buyout or something like that, right?
40, I
Who's
thought.
talking?
48.
$40 million buyout?
It's like,
I think it's
and
like
it's like
48.
with every the dollar is like 1-to-1 match too.
he.
If he
I
gets a
I
contract
read somewhere. Yeah.
I'll have to look at the language on it, but I don't think it's set.
AY will decipher the legalese. I read somewhere he's getting 840 or something like 840 grand a month or something like that for the next like 24 months. So I forget. Not more than that. That's definitely more than that. Maybe 4 years or something. I don't know.
Maybe he set up the Bobby Bonilla thing. Speaking of Ringer's contract, this is a quick aside. Next year, did you see the Oakland A's have $0 committed to their current team payroll? But because they traded Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, to the White Sox, they batted him leadoff. He met his at-bat threshold to activate a clause. He's making $15 million next year on the A's tab, and they're not even paying any of their own players $1 yet. Incredible. Baseball contracts are forever undefeated.
Yep.
There's so many
Jeez.
fun things that you can do with clauses.
I've never noticed this before. Did you know the Ragin' Cajuns, because the Ragin' has an apostrophe, is a chili pepper?
Yes.
I didn't
know that. No.
It's a chili pepper. I can't see his face on there. I don't know if he has a face. Could be a Ragin'.
I'm just going to say no, it's not.
Okay.
I'm just agreeing. I'm
excellent.
disagreeing that that's the term.
Keep it
What's-
going. Minnesota at Burton, Illinois.
Minnesota playing Alabama in 2032 in home and home.
Instead of a home and home. Illinois catching 6.5 at home.
I do think with
Archer, probably.
With the bye, Mohammed should be back as well. From what I understand, he should not have, or him being out against Purdue was something that was suffered midweek. Not that serious, but he just couldn't get cleared for Saturday, so he was a last-minute scratch for that Purdue game. With the bye, I think he'll be back. I love what Bert's been doing here. November is not now; it is October. So, I think he's been skating a little too close. Nice win last week, but I like Minnesota here to take care of business. I think they'll jump back into the top 25 here for big whiteout matchup under the lights on ABC next Saturday against Penn State. I like them here to win by 2 touchdowns. I'll go 28-14. I'm rowing.
Row it. Yep, row it for me too. I already spoiled it during the last one. Nothing to add.
Yeah, I like Burton and everything. I still do, but last week's grossness just maybe they got sucked into the Iowa vortex. I don't know.
Do we know DeVito how bad it is? Is he out? What's Don Best saying?
On best is in. We just discontinued our sponsorship.
Our subscription. We're done with that sponsorship.
This line
Up in air.
it-
Status of Tommy DeVito up in air. Thank you,
with this
ESPN.
line, I think it's telling us that he is out.
Yes.
That's
So-
not interpreted as.
The big one, game day, is in fact going to Knoxville. Rest assured, Roth, don't worry, they are going. Get your Tennessee whiskey out. Get your Jack Daniels out.
Get your Eric Ainge jersey out.
Get ready to sailgate. They are coming back to Knoxville. Are you the emperor? Are you the emperor?
When was the last time they were there?
2 weeks ago.
Marina?
They were there 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you're being sarcastic right now.
No, I was not.
Oh, they were there for Florida, Tennessee 2 weeks ago.
Order.
Florida. Where are you on this, AY?
Everything in my it's the same as last week. I just could continue on from LSU Tennessee. I recognized the trap last week. I just wanted it to happen. We got lucky with the flash fry. Here's again. I want Tennessee to win this game. I want them to at least cover this game. Bryce Young has to play, I think. Doesn't have to play. It would be very nice if he played for Alabama. I get it, the hiccups last week. Bama's still, the yards per play and everything. They were fine, but can they run it down Tennessee? They probably could. But I think Tennessee's going to score. 2 close calls for Bama. That's 2 more than usual at this point of the year for the Bama we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we get lulled into this college football every year. You're Alabama, you're Clemson, you're Ohio State, and now Georgia's cracked into that echelon. So it's so hard to go against these just pillars that have done it year after year after year. And I just want it to fall down a little bit. So give me the Vols to cover. And while we're at it, let's just win the game.
Oh,
Just do it.
wow.
Maybe Bryce Young is a little too banged up. He comes in, re-aggravates. Milrow ineffective. I don't know. Hooker.
Is it his throwing shoulder that's tweaked? Do we know?
I don't remember. I don't remember the play against Arkansas.
I think they will be bringing him back in. From what Saban said, it happens to him, or not a decent amount, but it happens to him some. And after that Arkansas game, it didn't sound like it was too serious. I think they held him out for precautionary reasons and because they probably didn't think very much of Texas A&M. Not that it's a good thing, and it almost cost him. But I think that extra week helped him out here, and I'm expecting him to be a go here. Not that I have any insider information or know anything here, but even with that, I do think that offense is formidable. I do like that they're on the road here. Alabama, backs against the walls. First time, third week in October's meant anything in 20 plus odd years. I like Alabama to come out here focused.
So much shade.
You're doing a little too much emotional picking here, Ken.
I am. Despite that, I do think Tennessee's got a great offense, and I think they'll cover the 7. I'm doing a little emotional hedge here against my bad number pick.
You're taking the Vols to cover.
I am taking the Vols cover. I leaving myself susceptible to a little bit of middle losing on everything, aka the 8-point win or the 9-point win. But I'll take the 7. I'll take a touchdown win for Alabama here. I'll go 31-24.
Yeah,
38-31, a little higher scoring.
I really botched the pick against LSU last week for Tennessee. I'm way more comfortable covering or taking Josh Heupel football teams to cover as an underdog than laying points as a favorite. So I will do that as well. Yeah, it's just maybe Bama and Georgia, despite what we thought after the first couple of weeks of the season, coming back a little bit, just a little bit to the pack this season.
I think we're trying to will it a little bit, right? Come on.
It's the most.
We're not willing it just based on the results. I mean,
I think it's the most interesting that we've had like this far into the season in a while, where people look susceptible, people look gettable, and frankly, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's usually like a week, like a November 9th game. Bama might have a scare, but they've already had 2.
Exactly.
It's October 12th, so.
Yeah, so I mean, that's willing to happen.
DraftKings not a sponsor of the pod here.
Is that where you
keep them off?
No, but I'm not bold enough to take them to actually lose.
Preliminary in my people always say that your office pool. Well, I mean it's run on funofficepools.com, so I am in a quote unquote office pool at the local news station. Somehow gotten that a few years ago, but preliminary run through today, 20 picks a week straight up. I took Tennessee as my one confidence though. So
there you go.
Just one on record for those 30 people to see that I had the only Tennessee pick. Where we going next? We're going to, as my computer switches, Okie State, TCU.
We got a weather delay in Huntington, West Virginia.
Okay.
Not good.
They have cleared.
Not good for our. Again,
that's why Zuma Mahente and Trevor Manich were on so long and kept talking. I'm going back to preseason basketball.
We're trying to get a deal with Amazon here to get Can's live broadcasting. The CanCast, excuse me, not the live broadcasting.
Simmons is vying for the triple-double. He's got 7.7 rebounds and 10 assists.
Good job, Ben.
Good job, Ben.
Other game, game of the week? Game of the week, probably?
The third game of the week. I think it is 2A versus the 1A and 1B of the first 2. But
that's interesting. You put a 1A, 1B on the Penn State, or 1 and 1A on the
1A, because I'm not a Penn State fan, would be Alabama, Tennessee. 1B would
Yeah.
be Penn State, Michigan. It would be the other way around if I were a Penn State fan.
That's interesting.
This is Chris Falika, the Bear, saying this is the first time or the second time ever that there have been 3 5-0 versus 5-0 games or better on the same weekend in college football history. It happened, I think, in 1974 or something like that before as well. But a big monumental weekend. Here we're talking about another one of them here. Number 8, Okie State at number 13, TCU. Is TCU for real? Are you guys believers?
I am.
Not quite yet.
I put it all in Duggan too.
Duggan, interesting because he did not win the job coming out of camp.
Agreed.
And obviously he's played a ton of football, 4-year starter, comes back in off the bench after the injury, and he is completely, I wouldn't even say revitalized because it's never been this good.
No.
It is a renaissance for him in his last year under the Dykes. In the Dykes system, he's been efficient, 75%, something like that. It's been amazing. And TCU, their receiver number one, Johnson, he's amazing game, 200-something yards against Kansas. He's a monster. I love him. Love this team. But I'm going to take here the Pokes. Go with Dan and take them plus the 3.5. I think, they just know how to win these close games. They've done it for the last couple of years now.
Exactly.
And I think they will, when it comes down to it, crunch time, they'll have a key play. I like them to win here. I think it'll be another Big 12 Classic. I'm going to go with a 31-30 victory here. I think it'll be fantastic. It'll be great. So I'll go with that Oklahoma State win, but very close, and I will definitely take the points.
Sign me up for that. What's confusing with this TCU team is that skillet game. Because I don't know really how good SMU was.
That was just
You are what you're.
that was just that the emotional. I don't know what I don't know what.
Yeah, it was Dykes going back home, or not
Yeah.
welcoming his ex, I guess, into his new home. Right, that was at TCU.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I like Oklahoma State. I definitely think the wrong team's favorite, even on the road. Go 41-37. It's got to be high scoring for Oklahoma State to win.
Yeah, the S&P defense
Offense had to play for
not as great
for the
as
post.
last year.
Yeah.
Dan sniffed out these Cowboys weeks ago.
That's the only one, yeah. Washington soiled themselves against Herm.
Yeah,
And who was the other team I liked? There was 3 teams this preseason. I guess the other one I kind of liked was Minnesota, right? They had Minnesota win the Big Ten West. They're, I guess, technically in it. As is Nebraska. We didn't get to that unless you guys got it while I was reconnecting.
No, that was the team I sniffed out, and
2-1 in Big Ten.
that's
You were
all that
sniffing some stink.
but that smelled, yes. I think we're gonna go 3 in a row here, all on the same side.
Wow, 3 in a row.
Oh, something has got to give, or
You
nothing will give.
You finally won me over to an extent on Oklahoma State. It's just what we see out of Gundy in these spots. I heard it a few weeks ago. Some stat during the Baylor game, leading up to the Baylor game, about Gundy in games where the spread is 3.5, 4 points either way. And Gundy is incredible either way. So
Either
it's like close spreads. The guy's like, I don't want to butcher it, but like 15-4. Straight
Wow.
up. Something like that. I'll
Good
try.
nugget.
I'll try and get research on that, and I'll text you randomly. But I'm going to take the 3.5. But I'm going to take TCU to escape. Reverse can 31-30 TCU.
Okay. Good hedging,
But, yeah,
Pete. I feel good about this Gundy Spencer Sanders connection right now after they finally won Bedlam. I think that's what it is for me.
And watch this year they'll lose that one somehow.
Could be it gets bounced from the
Remember
Big 12
how much of
championship.
a circus that game was last year?
It
Incredible.
was so bizarre, but they still managed to win it.
That was just that was fantastic. It was a fantastic game. I enjoyed that very much.
Yes.
On to NC State, Syracuse, ranked v ranked. Syracuse minus 3.5 here. Question mark as we talked pre-pod with. News and notes with Leary.
I think Cassidy Hubbard is in a graduation gown right now. I can't
Good to
tell.
know. Okay.
It's a very strange dress.
I think one of you guys gave.
There may be robes from Hogwarts, Slytherin robes.
One of you guys mentioned how Syracuse is a paper tiger. So if you want to take the lead on this,
I was the one that said that.
I agree with him. Yeah.
Leary or no Leary, I'm going NC State here with plus points.
That's all you do. They're doing it. The couple of those wins they've had early in the season, duct tape, bubble gum,
Gross.
it stops. More battle tested team. I think Ryan Finley's younger brother is a quarterback on NC State. I don't know if he's going to end up playing in this game or not. If Devin Leary can't make it.
I don't know where Devin Leary's younger brother is, but I think Devin Leary's younger brother is committed to Burt or is already on campus for Burt.
wow, that's a good nugget.
Good Nuggets, good brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, I like NC State. Maybe Q's will squeak it out by a field goal, but I think they're
Take the points. Take the points.
take the points.
This is 12 in a row. This is incredible.
Ah!
Although I'm going HP again here.
HP.
Yep,
Two row
Q.
HP.
AY saying Q.
AY getting ready to pick Syracuse. So he's warming up for basketball season here.
And Irish roll into that old Carrier Dome in a few weeks. A nice shiny.
Oh, he's getting ready to hop into SOS.
Good.
SOS. He's got eyes on the Wednesday night game as well for Marshall.
I'm thinking Irish go in there and roll out a 2-touchdown victory. So let's make it look better. Let's make it look better against number 12. If they are that.
It'll be another. Oh no, it won't be the angle because they'll be at home. But
It was weird watching them play against the Zimas and Purdue for that matter, were the two games I watched the most Syracuse play this year. I was like, this team is literally no different than the team I saw Pitt play.
it is. They just
4-8. They went 4-8 last year. I think it's just like how Houseway.
Houseway. The efficient numbers from Giannis and Kevin Durant. Giannis 4 for 15 from the field, 18 points. Kevin Durant 6 for 14, 16 points.
Just getting shots up.
Just getting shots up. Efficient.
All right, let's see if we can disagree here. This
Okay.
stinks to high heaven.
Okay, we're gonna disagree then.
Clemson.
I'm locking up Clemson here this week.
Traveling to Doak Campbell.
I'm
Same
locking
height.
them up.
I had a Renegade Chief Osceola. Clemson minus 3.5 at unranked Florida State.
How is it not 7? Nobody knows.
How's it not 7? Nobody knows. Can will take the bait.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna lock it up though. No double barrelage.
Do it, AY. One more in a row.
No, this is
Do it.
no unprecedented. 3 straight HPs for me.
Wow.
So I think they're not all going to hit, but I think two can hit. Clemson.
Hopefully it's
escapes
not
it.
this one.
Florida State sells
Hopefully-
their soul for this game.
Hopefully it's not this one that hits.
They sell their soul for this game and come up just short.
Ah.
I hope you're right, AY, because that would make for some very dramatic football. At least, who knows how high quality the games would actually be with these close.
They will
Yeah,
be
I'm-
worth tuning into though.
I'm just trying to put this in. I'm just hoping for all these. This is emotional picking at its finest. But hey, it's college. Emotions run high. Mississippi State.
George Hill officially over the hill. Wide open 3, could not hit it.
What color is his hair now?
It is I believe his natural color.
which is because
which
he's
is
gone from like the black
brown.
hair to the shaved head to the blonde, and I feel like it was gray at one point.
Yeah, no, it looks to be dark brown to black.
All right, natural.
Natural.
Mississippi State traveling to Kentucky. Kentucky +4 here.
Levison.
So
It was at 6.5. Got a bad number.
We're thinking that some people in the desert think Levis is playing. How healthy? We don't know.
I don't care if he's playing or not. I don't think Kentucky's very good. I am finally in Ali Chiro. I picked against him a little bit here the last couple of weeks. I like him. I like him here. AY, you nailed it with the lock last week. Good job. I'm going to lead you here. I do think they're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I lost them up 2 straight weeks. I'm not going to turn back on them now. I think Rodgers and his offense, this air raid in the SEC is working. Kentucky's going to try and slow it down. And I just don't know if Rodriguez can do enough. Levis, iffy, shaky. I'm sure if he's healthy. I'm just going to take Mississippi State.
Well, I'm going to break up another trend here. I'm taking Kentucky mainly because if you remember most of Leach's runs, but really Texas Tech and Washington State, just when it seemed like they were firing on all cylinders, they'd have some stink bombage. Maybe this is it. It wouldn't be exactly
Washington
the right time.
State? Did he get Washington State up to like number 3?
I know Texas
At least
Tech
top
was way
10.
up there.
Or at least top 10 for Washington State at some point.
I can look that up while we're going into the next game.
I could see an absolute dud here. But with Levis being dinged up, I think they could maybe if they stall out on offense, maybe they
Can outgun them.
can just slog through it. I don't know. Not look great. Escape.
I want to say they were top 10 when they got upset by Cal, maybe.
Well, he was number 2 with Texas Tech. He got to number 7, Wazoo.
Oh, commercial for Jersey
He
Mike.
did get to top 10.
Are you Ken?
Do
Are
you think
you
that's stalling out if they got that high? Or stink bombage? Okay, not stalling out. Stink bombage is what you called it.
I'm saying, well, I mean, he's coached 21 years. I'm not saying every year it happened.
Yeah. I got you. Okay.
are you,
when there
are you
was-
guys you guys Jersey Mike's or Jimmy John's?
Jersey Mike.
Here it's just Mike's.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Are you Mike's or John's?
Nah, I'm a Mike's guy. I do like Mike's.
Yeah, it's a clean sweep. I'm a Mike's guy too.
Yeah.
Andrew's a Jimmy John's, so it's awkward.
Oh yeah. Free
Fat.
smell. He goes in for the free smells. They do get it for free. This is an interesting one here. Back against the wall, Utah.
Licking my
Tar-
chops here.
Tar minus 3.5. They got the best corner out there. Clark Phillips, I think, got another pick 6 this past week. USC, Caleb Williams. You know, the Utah, someone brought this up. They've struggled against running quarterbacks. Richardson had a game against them. DTR had a game against him. Caleb Williams, he can run. Known more for the passing. I'm interested. I'm very interested in this game. I'm taking the points though. Again, the 3.5. I've taken every plus 3.5 here except for FSU. So what's up now? I'm taking USC here. I do think it'll be, if they have the turnover luck that they have had, it'll be a 2-score game. I don't think they will, but I still think they'll pull out like a 3-point win, maybe a touchdown win here. So I'll go with USC.
I haven't found. Do any of the S&P or Sagarin or any of these places do luck ratings for college football?
That I don't know.
Because I know I've seen some for NFL pop up. I know Ken Palm has college basketball. USC's
Sure.
got to be top 5 in luck rating,
Easily.
just because of all their turnover margin is undefeated right now. It's incredible. All signs here point to SC. Just Utah is not the Utah we're used to on defense. USC can throw it. Their offense is nice, and I don't know how much Utah can really score unless they get turnovers. And USC doesn't turn it over until this week. Give me Tar.
I thought we were waiting for the Irish to get.
Yeah, would be nice to see the undefeated Trojans. That'd be fun. Can you imagine that Trojans undefeated in the year? I know they after this game if USC can just lock in for this game, they have a bye. And I believe they get the Buffs in Arizona before UCLA, and then
Neutered and lame. Notre Dame.
if USC can just lock in here, but I don't think they do. This is revenge for my my buzzsaw beefs. Give me Tar, like 8.
Well, I'm gonna hold out hope for the undefeated Trojans hosting the.
I'm not against
Irish.
it. Yeah, hey, that'd be awesome.
Holding out hope as in pushing the pillars and picking them here.
Yeah,
All right. I like it.
I expect Utah to be a little bit flat, having
Yeah, it's a pretty
eliminated
deflating
themselves from playoff contention.
Yep.
We'll see though.
All right. Are we in here? Are we into the Holy Trinity? Dan, before we go, do you want to talk about Abanikanda?
No, I'll say there's some weird butterfly effect stuff going on since I missed the Rhode Island game. I come back and they lose as a 3-touchdown favorite. Then the next game I miss is a record-setting performance. So I fear what could happen over the next year and a half, 2 years. So yeah, good job on that pulling out of the fire. It seemed after it seemed to be in hand, and then Virginia Tech touchdown and a blocked punt. Tighten the game up again. Only to be pulled away from. So not really a double blowout, but a double comfortable lead in the second half for Pitt. And I will say, as for the wedding, good time. There really was no good time, but which when you have 270 people at the wedding, there's a higher probability of some sort of dramatic event occurring. So I was glad to avoid that.
Nothing too major.
Final evaluation of my speech, C+. I did come up with after the fact. I was dealing with what you would consider British Open conditions.
Yep.
The priest stole half my toast. And then the microphone was shitty. The MC was making fun of how long the bride's dad spoke for. There was a lot going on. And I had to talk in front of 270 people, and it was the only time I would ever give a speech at my brother's wedding, hopefully.
The issue was the mic. I caught most of it, but there was a few jabs or maybe one-liners that I missed because I just here, which wasn't anything on your fault, obviously, but it just that place.
Yeah, there was. I served the fans. I did a similar template for Rooster's wedding, where you have the stories and then you tie it back to a trait.
Oh, absolutely.
Similar formula. But I missed the button on one of my jokes, which was to say that our neighbors, where my brother left towels all the time, they regifted them. I was going to joke about that, but I left that part out. And I got a plug in for the pod. But yeah, it was an awesome time. Appreciate you both coming in. It was, like I said, just a good time. There's no but. If there's a but, it's the microphone. Which is, like I said, good times. What time? So AY, you took an Uber around 10:30. And then you left a little bit before AY, I think, because Sarah was driving.
Around 10, yeah.
Yeah, 10, yeah. So everybody was kind of disappointed. Can didn't go fully shirtless.
No, did not. It was,
did take the buttons all the way down to the nubs.
He flirted with it.
Yeah.
That was one of the topics. One of the many topics on the hour that Sarah and I had together. Not hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, AY got acquainted with the holy date Sarah, driving from the ceremony to the.
We just were right right into the deep end with a hey, how are you? Hey, let's take a 20-minute drive. Sit in the car for sit in the car for
Because
5
I
minutes.
thought Greg,
Then we'll
my-
walk to the bar. But yeah, no, it was conversation.
Fiance-in-law.
Conversation
yeah, the
flowed
fiance-in-law
the
was
entire
supposed
time.
to be involved.
Very
in-
smooth, very
yeah.
lovely woman. But yes, we did discuss how will Can react with Gina around.
Yeah, he played it a little bit cool. He played it a little bit cool.
Not too cool, hopefully.
You could tell he was trying to crawl out there, but he then he came through.
Yeah, it was fabulous meeting Gina. Yeah, I buried the lead there.
Yeah.
You got to meet. Sarah said so you're the holy date now, or something to that effect. I think it went over Gina's head or around it.
I would presume, yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't hasn't immersed herself in the podcast lingo.
But maybe she thinks Sarah a heretic, and that it was a comment or a jest about her Christian faith.
Oh boy, that will be one way to take it. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be one way to take it. Yeah. Wait, who's Christian?
Gina is pretty Christian. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Did not know. Good
I
deal.
didn't know that either. And she didn't want to go to the Catholic Mass?
Nah. I
Or
think
was that Can that just told her?
I think
hey,
just-
it's,
I think
it's
it was
actually really
overruled.
far away. We can't go.
I think the votes overruled her.
Yeah.
You made me sit by myself.
I don't know if Dan is listening. AY is listening. That I will take the blame for that. Yes.
No, I was telling I got dropped off by Kistler at like 1:57.
Yeah.
I came in the side door there, and freaking seniors walking down the aisle. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here?
The priest did not play around with the time. Yeah. Early kickoff.
But when I was telling Will, I was like, it's at 2, so probably like 2:10 because they don't want people walking in when the bride comes down. No.
Yeah.
She walked down the aisle like 2:03.
Yeah.
And I came in the side door where everybody else is coming in. Like I couldn't even see.
Priest was trying to catch kickoff. He was trying to watch. He's trying to watch the Canada.
I think they had 4:00. I think they had a 4:00 service as well, if I remember. So yeah, he was not playing around.
We're back in Huntington, by the way.
We're back live. Okay. Yeah. Last thing. No, two things. So the last thing. I think I need to see the videotape of the wedding. I know the videographer was there. As I already mentioned, when the priest was stealing half of my material, I think you can see me start shaking my head, kneeling at the altar. And I need to review that to see, because I was completely like, what the hell is this guy doing? And I was trying to figure out the last time I had actually been to a Catholic wedding ceremony, and if the priest, again, he basically talked about both of them. And there was a story in there about the locker.
That was
my last name, my brother's last name being Brady, and then her name, maiden name Brandy. And then I was like, well, I was going to talk about that. So anyway, and yeah, you said so there was a couple critiques.
Be right back. You go ahead. Keep going.
No, yeah, a couple critiques. My cousin, one of my cousins, had some constructive feedback on the speech, and I basically just said what I said earlier. And I think Joe was critiquing the speech, and I know why he was critiquing it. It's because I plugged the podcast.
Absolutely,
that's why he was
critiquing it, and Ken and I were there hooting and hollering. So
yeah.
Yeah, and if you're checking out this pod and you're a Pirates fan, look forward to the future. Joe, Tommy, and I are thinking about a Pirates podcast.
There you go.
Because they were astonished by me bringing up members of the bullpen, from Bednar to Crow to De Los Santos to Underwood. And Tommy goes, how the hell do you know so much about the Pirates? Like, well, when you're in an NL only league and you only have half the teams to deal with, you circle back pretty quickly. So, well, Cam's MIA. So
Yeah, you go first. You take the
I
lead.
was gonna go first anyways because it's gonna be hard to follow Cam. But
Yeah.
so Notre Dame, I guess you could say rolling now, 3 in a row. Watch out.
Look out. Dallas.
Yeah, good win over BYU last week. First play was a pick, so that set the tone. Just got up, held on, kind of. I want to say more so stalled out, and then got the job done on defense late in the fourth there with that stop. Pine's looking better. It's all just the O line, just looking better. I know it was hard to believe in it after the Carolina game because it's Carolina, but I know BYU is not the best in the trenches this year as compared to what we're used to with the old men, but still confidence is big and they are playing better and they're not gonna play Ohio State's line again or anybody. So confidence is good for the line. Running game is good, and let's carry that into Stanford, who has no one. I don't know much about Stanford, but I listened to SVP Stanford Steve pod, and the poor guy has been talking about his Mets collapse and the lack of playmakers in depth at Stanford. Every week he says 2 linemen down here, 1 secondary guy down here, one of the three playmakers that's left down for the year. Like it's just it's not good out there in Treeland. So the spread is 17. I acknowledge that. He'll come out with his stuff tomorrow, and I'm going to be intrigued by it because he always touches on it. And I'm pretty sure he's going to say Notre Dame covers, and I am too. I think this is more of a play against Stanford, not me being super fat and sassy here because I know it's been super great, but Stanford not good. Give me Notre Dame, 34-13.
Okay, I mean,
I'm done. Should be some shell shockage.
will Stanford
For,
win another game this year? Is the question.
Do they get the buffs?
No,
Maybe not.
unless they make it to the Pac-12 championship game.
We'll
Unless
have to go
both
through-
of them make it. Unless both of them make it to the Pac-12 championship game.
We'll have to go through LL's tweets and see how often he mentions David Shaw in the job security. He loves it.
He loves it. Oh, all right.
Did you hear? I concluded, Ken, while you stepped away. The only reason why Joe was critiquing my speech so much is because I plugged the podcast. That's the root of it.
That
The
made
root
me
of it
play.
all.
The Raging Cages have an IFA down there on the line. Number 91. His name is Hazard the Fifth. Hazard V is on the back of the jersey. It's very good. I will join you, AY. I don't think Stanford is very good, as evidenced by me asking if they'll win another game. I'll take the laying of 17 points as well.
Yeah, we're all on the Irish.
I
The
think
freight train.
I think we have set the record today with the number of unanimous votes.
It has to be
5 of what?
5-9 so far.
5 of 9. Wow.
There will not be much ground made up this week in the
No, and we go on to the big one.
the big one, the 1B for my eyes. If you're a Penn State fan, a 1A, which I'm not. I won't dive too deeply here, Dan. We'll get you out of here on time.
On time.
Or better than
I am tired, but that's the BB Bop's fault.
That's the BB Bob's fault. Listen, Michigan's not played anybody this year, right? They're
No.
one of the worst schedules out
I
there.
did hear. I heard a good argument. They played one game. They played half of it was Maryland's offense, the other half was Iowa's defense.
Right.
But yeah, that's saying they played no one. Yes.
They have not played anybody. The thing you got to keep an eye on here, JJ McCarthy. He's the reason he won the job over what's his name? Cade
McNamara.
McNamara. The two mixed there. No offense, Irishmen out there. Two Irish guys. Often confused. McCarthy, he's got the scramble ability. He can make the big play, but he hasn't really had to break that out very much in this first half of the season that they've rolled to. Really just dunked. Jahan Dotson's out. Commanders tomorrow. So, I mean, he's dinked and dunked, really taking what the defense is giving him. They've leaned on a very good run game. Corum has obviously been an absolute stud. He's picked up the slack while his number 2, Donovan Edwards, has been out. He's come back in the Iowa game. They've been easing him back in. I think it'll provide a nice break for them, for Corum, so he doesn't have to carry the ball 30 times a game. He's not the biggest guy to begin with. He's about Andy's height, maybe a little shorter. Maybe 100 pounds on Andy, though. But not 100 pounds. Maybe 50, 70 pounds, 50, 60 pounds on Andy. He's maybe. He's very, very good. I think that's really, it comes down to two things, right? Can Penn State stop their running game, and can Penn State pass protect for Clifford? I think if Penn State is able to hit a couple of big plays, or if they're able to pass protect and Clifford is able to hit a couple of these big plays, it'll really put the pressure on McCarthy to try to answer in kind with big plays of his own. It's something that he has not had to feel the pressure for, not just as a starter, but in his limited playing time also as, coming in as a change of pace guy last year. This is really his first big game where all of the pressure is on him to deliver. And if Penn State is able to get ahead and is able to control the run game, obviously that's an ideal situation. And you'll see McCarthy have to go up against Penn State's best position group. That's their secondary. Obviously, I take that matchup every day of the week. A young, relatively inexperienced quarterback, although with high potential, going up against and trying to make plays against this secondary. An aggressive secondary that Manny loves playing cover 0 with, cover 1. That thing I mentioned before, pass protection. Obviously, I think that was the big deciding factor for last year's game, in which Penn State very well could have won, despite giving up 7 sacks led by that outstanding defensive end tandem last year, first rounders in Jabo and Hutch. This year's group for Michigan not as good. Obviously, there's going to be a drop off when you lose 2 first rounders. Morris has been pretty good. He's solid. And then Iabi Oki, you may know him as Iabi Anoma. He came out as a 5-star out of St. Francis, ended up at Alabama, transferred to Houston before I think he went to some JUCO, and now he's at Michigan now. He's been coming on. He's their other defensive end that has been coming on as well as a pass rusher. If Penn State is able to, I don't even want to say win those battles, if they're able to win some and lose some space, play them to a stalemate, I like where Penn State could go running the ball here. Michigan's linebackers are relatively inexperienced. They're athletic but young and make mental mistakes. And from what I understand, that's where Penn State could also make some hay in the passing game with their tight ends against these young linebackers. Obviously, Penn State hasn't had very much success this year in the air. There are no real breakaway threats, no guys that can take the top off, which concerns me because I think Penn State needs at least 1 or 2 big plays here to be able to win this game. Michigan's got the best offensive line in the conference. Though they're obviously going to be trying to run the ball, and if they can run the ball game and just pound Penn State in submission, they'll do that. Before the key is forcing McCarthy into throwing the ball. This line came out, the early look-ahead line, at 10.5 last week. I think
10 was pissed.
I was happy. I wasn't pissed. I was happy. I gobbled that right up. Put some money on it. Then have continue to put money on. Put some money on the money line. Sprinkled a little bit this week. I do feel good about this game. Obviously, Penn State has not won very much on the road. Franklin on the road against ranked teams, I think like 3 and something. I forget. Terrible record. Penn State hasn't beaten a road team, or it hasn't beaten a top 5 team on the road since 1994 in Michigan.
Whoa! All this shade you're throwing at Tennessee, then you throw out
Yeah.
94.
Exactly. Penn State hasn't won a road game. They haven't been good on the road. They haven't been beaten as top 5 team on the road. October 15th, 1994, actually.
Although let's be serious,
Ooh.
I mean it is hard to beat.
Game
a top
trends.
5 team on the
It
road.
is. October 15th, 2004, or 1994. There's also a big day, October 15th, 2005, which did come up in conversation at dinner time on Saturday as well, anyway, if you recall. October 15th, an important day.
I forever tuned that out.
Okay. I as well have a painful day that day.
And
All
again,
this to say that-
Pitt shut out South Florida, I believe.
Yeah. Penn State also beat South Florida in 2005. Numbers down to 7. I will take the points here that Penn State is getting. I do think
You got to
it'll
do
be
it,
a
kid.
close
Come
game.
on.
I'm taking it.
No, you got to do more than that.
I'm feeling like we're due.
All right.
I'm gonna pick them here. I
All
said
good.
it before the Auburn game that they're going to be 7-0 going into the Ohio State game.
Can't
I
back
still
up now.
believe that. I like the matchup. It really does even more so than Clifford getting protection and coming up with plays. I think it really boils down to whether this defensive line, which has been pretty good this year and healthy, can manage that ground game against Michigan. Because that'll obviously lead into what McCarthy needs to do and what they'll need out of him to win this game. Can they do it? It's remains to be seen. We should be getting Izzard back. PJ Mustipher's been getting healthier and healthier. He wasn't 100% really at the beginning of the season, so we'll see where it goes. I'm going to go with Penn State here. I'm going to do it. I don't think Michigan's played anybody yet. I don't think they've had to break out very much out of their playbook yet either. I do think they've been holding stuff back with their cakewalk of a schedule to open the season. So, Penn State in years past, I've thought that. I don't believe that anymore. I do think that they've been. This is pretty much the offense you're going to get. I'm sure there'll be some wrinkles here and there, but something's got to give here. Franklin hasn't been good coming out of buys. They're due, right?
Law of
Might as well-
averages.
Might as well
made
keep
it.
picking until they hit on one of these away games where they're underdogs against a ranked team. Might as well, right? Can't
Yeah.
keep losing forever.
Right.
I'll take them to win here.
Yeah, I'm going 24-21 Michigan, but I'm looking at this. They got to get the 10 wins, Penn State.
Oh,
They have to restore the floor that was established a few years ago. You got to find a way to beat Minnesota and then win those last 4. We'll see what happens with Ohio State, obviously, but
right.
they got to win. You got to think
That Maryland
the 10
game is going to be tough. This is going to be a battle.
But you can't, say Michigan hasn't played anybody and then be like, I don't know about Maryland though.
That's the one. That's the one I think they played. I do think
Yeah.
Maryland's a decent team.
All right.
I don't think they're as good as the people that Penn State's played, but or some of them. I think they're better than Northwestern.
I've been Michigan for a while now, but I think I'm going to take Penn State.
Who do you think?
Oh my God! You're adding more to the
The consensus.
consensus.
Yeah, I am. I think just the way the site's played out, I think we got to ride this one together too. You just copy and paste everything I always say here. Clifford, I don't trust him. I know others in this pod do more than I do.
I think he's all right. Yeah.
I don't trust him.
I don't
At
trust
all.
him either.
Can he make a big player too? Absolutely. Can he? Can he and will he? Yes, he will. Will he make an awful throw or two? Absolutely. Just got to hope that.
I don't think the big play is going to come from him. Not from his fault though. I don't think the receivers are really that good enough. Maybe one.
Isn't Parker
but-
Washington pretty good?
He's pretty good, but he's not a deep threat.
You got the best tight end room in America, so
It's
yeah,
true.
maybe
Against that linebacking core, that young linebacking core, could be good. Could be fruitful there. Hey, the
Yeah,
longest
you walked
pass,
away while you said that anyway.
the longest pass of the year, and went to one of those best tight ends, or one of those tight ends in the best
Purdue game.
room. Yes, exactly. I do think the big play that Penn State so sorely needs is going to come from your lawn boys.
I was just gonna get to that. My lawn boys are ready to eat,
Yep,
but they only eat in bulk.
they do. Well, one of them eats in bulk.
It's feast or famine with those guys. They it's either take it to the house or
And I'm not too worried about the weather. It should be clear. It'll be pretty windy, from what I understand.
I'm
So
not worried about that. I'm just worried about the lawn boys bouncing off their left guard every time. But one of these times they're gonna sneak through that hole and they make a guy miss in the next level and go a distance, which is what they do. But they also fall down after a yard too. So we got to see if we can sustain things here. I don't know if Penn State's offense has the drive ability. They have the spurt ability for sure. But how many points are they going to need? Is Michigan? Can they run it down Penn State's throat? They're going to try to. Is that the way to attack Penn State? I believe so. But maybe Harbaugh's feeling himself a little bit. He tries to show off JJ a little bit. I don't know. But I'll take the points here. Yesterday I was 24-14 Michigan. Today I'm going to go 24-20 Michigan. It's all right there for the taking. Penn State possession or two in the fourth quarter goes your way. You get the W. So, we'll see.
SOS taking a hit right now for your thundering herd here, anyway.
That's
For the
fine.
moment.
That's fine. We play them this weekend. Irish by 30. Lock of the week this week. Tough this week. I know Dan's on the board.
Can's on the board.
I'm on the board with Clemp.
Ken is on the board with Clem.
Dan, who was yours?
I haven't announced it yet.
Oh,
Would you like me to do that now?
Yeah, because I'm going through them right now again.
What do you have Wisconsin at?
I think
it was
Seven.
7.5.
Yes, yeah. It was 5 when it.
Let me lay that with the Lenhard. Oh, it's 7 now. Nice, even better. I'll lay it with the Lenhard. I've seen this before out of Michigan State. It doesn't get any better.
All right, Lenhart.
Yeah, they're going 4-8.
Are they getting to 4?
I'm going full circle here.
Uh-oh.
I start off this year loving Nebraska.
No.
That's not where I'm going. They took a bad L to somebody. And as I fell off Nebraska, I fell in love with a team that I used to like a lot. And then I visited their area again, and I re-fell in love with the 5-0 JMU Dukes.
Georgia Southern.
Who did Nebraska lose to? Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
5-0 against the number
Mhm.
JMU. Who's getting 12 this week at home? Georgia Southern.
Yes.
I'm gonna
This is
hedge.
a popular pick for this week.
I'm gonna hedge out here because that's the theme of my day. I'm hedging out.
HP. You got a big.
JMU's riding high, all the emotions. Let's just
10-point win.
get out there with a victory.
Yep.
Southern keeps it close.
That's a large pussy that you're hedging there.
It is. I got a 12-point window here. So yeah.
Is Clay done? Far from it.
On the note of Sparty there, Dan, have you seen how many starters they have out from their defense? It's like 6 or 7 starters.
Yeah, I believe it.
Maybe they can
Certainly,
get Holiday back.
the results are bearing it out.
And they need Rance's cousin.
Yeah.
Where did he go to school?
Oh yeah, the guy that had the pick six against Pitt. Yeah.
Yeah. Southern now he's at Sparty.
Southern the Factory.
Yes. Yeah, he had the pick six. Yes. That pissed me off.
Yeah, that would have been nice to win, but oh well.
Sure, I'll still hear about that. I'll hear about that this Christmas.
Narduzzi knows if the quarterback was in, they'd have won. He counts it as a win.
Sorry, Herc, no history. I didn't look at it. Make sure you vote. There you go.
GOTV.
Cal Halliday is who you were thinking of.
Cal from probably either Catawissa or Ely'sburg. Not sure what they'll list, but either of the two. Perhaps Ralpho Township. Anyways, anything else? 120 Deep Politics listening. P. Brady, if you're still listening somehow.
He's listening. Like I said, he's a loyal guy.
If you are listening still at this point, I'll be sending you a Venmo shortly because I realized I did not take my card with me out of the suitcase.
Oh!
And I'm not going to mail it. That's just a waste of time. I'll just send you a Venmo with a note.
That was another thing. Was the card box very inconveniently placed?
Allegedly,
and-
Beth deposited mine for me.
Allegedly, better check. See where that.
That's what Jesse said. Listen. I don't have my card anymore.
Did you do a check or
Slow
cash?
Cash.
Yeah. Huh? It's somebody's now.
Whether it's his or I don't know. His or Alexia's, I don't know. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
is.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna,
they're heading. We get on the road to Florida tomorrow for their honeymoon.
Very nice. Where in Florida?
They think they're taking a cruise from there, but they get to drive down to Florida because
They're driving. Wow,
they're driving to Florida. Yeah, Alexia's not a big flyer.
it's a Barb's move right there.
Yeah. So it'd be nice.
Are they doing one shot? Or are they stopping somewhere?
That I don't know. I'm going to call them at some point and see how they're all feeling. after
Maybe
4
when
or
they're
5
on the
days.
try to help them
Yeah.
break up the drive.
Yeah.
All right.
all right. We'll see you next week. Week 8 preview. But for now, this weekend, enjoy the weekend. Big weekend. Awesome weekend. Enjoy it.
Playoff baseball too.
Baseball too. For me, anyway. Just
Will
think
there be live look-ins for the live baseball?
I've been watching the game this entire pod. It's been sitting right next to me on the
I
pad.
think you were alluding to the Aaron Judge live looking kid.
Yes, I want
No.
some cut-in. I need some cut-ins in my college football.
As far as the live look-ins through this pod, no, I didn't cut the one at all. Despite a big inning a little bit ago, and Harper with the pop-up to Darno to end the game. David's pissed.
There you go. David's pissed. Grant getting out of his first 5 bet. His first 5 bet pushing. Luckily for him. 0-0 after 5, and then Atlanta putting the hammer down in the 6th.
For me, anyway, people stick out Boost at Commonwealth, Pennsylvania. To my west, D-Burg.
Good night, all.
And Can to my east.
Have a great night.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Take care and have a good one.